in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Where my mom's at? Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at? Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at?
Where My Mom's At podcast with Christina P.
Fuck with me, you know I got it. Sexy bitch, I know she about it. Hello. You know, it's so important to have a good song to get you fired up, to get you fucking motivated. Hi, bros. Hi, ultimate bros. Have you bought my lipstick yet? If not, you're gonna love it. You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it. Christina P's Perfect Red. Get it on my website, ChristinaPOnline.com. Buy it for the woman in your life, for the man in your life, for the man who became a woman in your life, for the man who wants to be a woman secretly. It's all there. Everybody, all you need. I'm gonna go ahead and read you a testimonial from a woman who wrote in. You want to hear this? You want to hear it? Here it goes. Hi, Christina. I had to let you know that I'm loving your lipstick. Okay. Honestly, I was skeptical that the shade could also be a perfect red for Asian/olive skin tones, but it totally is. Now I'm scared that it'll get discontinued and I should stock up. Thank you for making my go-to lip color. Christina's Perfect Red, and she even put a TM, trademark, in the email. Thank you for doing that. Otherwise, I will sue you. Keeping my jeans high and tight. Very good. She also saw me live for the first time in July, and she said I was very funny. And I always need the approval, so thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. I'm glad you like it. I have no plans of discontinuing this product. I think it's really been a dream of mine to make my own lipstick because I've used every GD brand out there, from like Chanel to Wet n Wild, which, by the way, not a bad brand, Wet n Wild. I rocked that for many, many years. I've used them all, and I found like the flaws in all of them, and I made the absolute perfect red lipstick that I think is just fantastic. It's got a good formula, so it doesn't dry out your lips. It doesn't leave a stain for days and days, which I also hate too. Last night, my kid got into my very expensive other branded red lipstick and just drew it all over his face. And this morning on the way to school, he still had red on his face, even though I've wiped it off like 1,000 times. So stuff like that. You're like, I don't need to wear red for like a month. I just need this for right now. So I don't know why lipstick companies are like highly pigmented. Yeah. And they're also cheap. A lot of these MFers have like cheap formulas, honestly. And I spent money and people were like, that's too expensive. Like, I don't care. I just want something that is good. I just believe in good because there's enough shit out there in the world. Okay, what else can I plug? Dates, come see me do stand-up comedy around the country, ChristinaPOnline.com. I will be in Dania Beach December 2nd and 3rd, and then April 29th of next year in Chicago at the Park West Theater. And I've got theater dates that are coming up too in 2023. Very good. I love you. Oh my gosh, Thanksgiving. Oof. This is April, the 28th is past Thanksgiving. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
It was great.
I mean, how horrible is Thanksgiving with kids and family? And, it was bad when Tom and I didn't have kids and we would just have to figure out like who to avoid in our families of origin, And then you throw kids in the mix and now you have to go see your families of origin because they have kids and then you gotta play with the kids and then And boy, oh boy, have we learned a few tricks over the years. Number one, buy a hotel, stay in a hotel. You don't got to stay in the same house, hopefully. Please don't. And limit the time. I don't know why you don't have to spend every minute of every day for weeks and weeks with your family. It's not necessary. I think a short quality visit is just fine. In and out, bro. In and out. That's what it's all about. To quote the greatest company of burgers. I can't believe people don't like In-N-Out as much here as they do in California. Like Tom and I went to get it the other night and no line.
There's never a line here. There's never a line. It's wild.
It's pretty
crazy.
bizarre. I think they're in denial.
I think they're in denial. And I think they think Whataburger or something is better. Like, what are they into?
Not even
Yikes.
fucking close.
Whataburger is like Jack in the Box, bro.
Dude,
Exactly.
Jack
what
in
a
the Box.
pile of shit between two buns. Like, what a mayonnaise-y, cracker fucking nasty. It's so nasty, and they'd love it.
Yeah, you know what Whataburger is? I feel like if they had Del Taco here,
Yeah.
that's basically what Whataburger is. It's just, if you're wasted, it's good.
Ugh, but even so, it's like frozen meat. You can taste it to suck. It's all mayonnaise. I mean, In-N-Out is like fresh meat, fresh, and then like real ingredient. I don't know. They don't like it. It's real potato. It's
Yeah.
so funny to me that there's no business here for In-N-Out.
I think it's hilarious. They try to compare P. Terry's. They say P.
Fuck your
Terry's is
P.
the In-N-Out
Terry's.
of Texas. I'm like, no, In-N-Out is the In-N-Out of Texas.
Yeah.
You have In-N-Out. What are you talking about?
P. Terry's is dog shit.
It's
and like,
horrible.
I don't get it. But I will say that they get it with Chick-fil A. Chick-fil-A fucking slaps, as you kids say. The Chick-fil-A, because that's real chicken. That's not like a disgusting mushy nugget that you get at McDonald's. You're like, what am I feeding my kids? Like, Chick-fil-A is like honest, I think, food. Yes, they hate the gays, but maybe the gays should open up their own fried chicken company. And wouldn't that be amazing if in retaliation the gays made their own fried chicken drive-through, and it's just like the flamingest, gayest, and the South loved it? That would be so funny. And
What would
it's
it be called?
butt fuck chicken? No, I don't know.
I would definitely eat it Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil gay.
That's
Yeah,
it.
there you go.
Yeah, I'd fuck with that.
Yeah, chick butt gays or something like. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that would be so much better, and then that would become more popular. See, it's all about doing your own thing and doing it better. You don't got to be angry. You just got to get even. That's how you fucking roll, right? I don't get mad. I get even. Who said that? I don't get mad. I get even. What is that? Google that. It's a famous line. I don't get mad. I get even.
That's a movie, right?
Yeah, it's like an old ass.
I've seen it, but
I
I
don't
can't
get
remember.
mad. I get even. Where is that from? Oh, it's fucking Kennedy. No way. Is that like a old school?
Love that movie.
Gosh, that was a good movie. That JFK movie. It has a sad ending, but otherwise, we're still trying to figure out that ending. Kind of a mystery, huh? Back into the left. Who said I don't get mad? Robert Kennedy. Wow, I'm such an idiot. I thought I heard it in a movie. I was like, it's got to be Sylvester Stallone. It's got to be Rocky. Nope, just a former president, like an iconic one. Robert Kennedy, he said, don't get mad, get even. Great. That's a great quote. Very nice. I was sitting down last night. I broke down and I had some tequila because the kids were just other fucking level yesterday. And I sat down and I says to myself, self, you should write down the 10 greatest ideas that you've heard or you've read in philosophy or in around the world. And I've made a pretty comprehensive list. I'll share them with you at another time because I didn't bring it with me. But there's so many good things to glean from like Jay-Z lyrics to real hardcore philosophers to apparently Robert F. Kennedy. Holy shit. Okay, so moving along in the mom world, I stumbled across an article about Jennifer Aniston, and it was intriguing because I think for so many years when I worked on Chelsea lately, it was like I feel like I should send Jen Aniston a check for all the jokes I've written about her and her marital status and will she, won't she have children, and her breaking up with Brad Pitt and then him going to Angelina Jolie and all this stuff over the years. And I think everybody's been so concerned about Jen Aniston's fertility status and marital status. And, I'm always very interested in that, it's got to be tough to go against what society, for the most part, is doing. It's very difficult. And Jennifer Aniston, it looks like, Okay, so here's the article. Let's go into it first. So look at the headline. Let's read the headline on this article. This is so funny. So this is in Pop Culture. I don't know, fucking what stupid publication. Is there any such... There are no publications. Yeah, no one cares. It's all the internet now. There's no such thing as a publication. Jennifer Aniston slams rumors Brad Pitt, quote, left her because she wouldn't give him a kid. So I love, first of all, they always take the most awful out of context line that the woman said in an interview and like slap up that horrible phrase. I'm sure from what I know of her, she's a lovely woman, and I doubt she was like, yeah, he left me because I wouldn't give him a kid. I don't think that's how she said it. That's how that reads. Very aggressive. Jennifer Aniston shared the truth of a long-standing rumor about her and Brad Pitt. In an interview with Allure published on November 9th, the actress called out a perception that she was, quote, selfish in her relationship with Pitt, aka Pit Stop, as my husband likes to call him because they're close personal friends. Pitt, 58. I love that. Why do they put people's ages too? It's so funny when the tabloids always have to do that. Like Pitt, 58, Aniston. Who cares? Do we, as anybody, like, oh, Brad Pitt is 58, that old son of a bitch? Is that why they do it? So that we go like, oh, he's 58.
Shit, he's old.
Yeah. That
He's
must be
still
why.
hot.
Yeah. Why do they do that? That's the only medium in which they have to put somebody's age next to the article. Like, does that in Time magazine when they interview like Hillary Clinton or, Clinton, 65 is running for president or whatever. They don't do that. They don't do that.
My favorite is when they have to get creative because they don't want to keep saying the person's name later in the article, so they the 58-year-old actor. Then why are you describing him like that?
I know, the geriatric handsome man. Goodness gracious. Okay, let's go on. Brad Pitt, 58. Which led to the marriage's dissolution. I just cared about my career. This is what Jennifer Aniston was saying. I just cared about my career, and God forbid a woman is successful and doesn't have a child, she said. And the reason my husband left me, why we broke up and ended our marriage, was because I wouldn't give him a kid. It was absolute lies. I don't have anything to hide at this point. The Friends alum said it was really hard to deal with the public speculation about her private life. I would have given anything if someone had said to me, freeze your eggs, do yourself a favor. You just don't think it. So here I am today. The ship has sailed. Okay, so after her separation, she said she always wanted children. I did, I do, and I will. In 1998, she made headlines for dating Pitt. And after the two married, Aniston expressed interest in having a child. It's time. I think you can work with a baby. I think you can work pregnant. I think you can do all of it, she told The Guardian. So I'm truly just looking forward to slowing down. During their marriage, Aniston revealed she had tried everything to become a mother, including IVF and Chinese tea. I love that they switch that. It should be from Chinese tea to IVF, science first and then whatever. Chinese tea. She said, I was throwing everything at it. Okay. This is such a complicated, the pair announced they're split after 5 years of marriage during their breakup, blah, blah, blah. He had an affair. We know this. We all know this. Okay. So there's so many interesting things going on in this article. Number one, what does Mama Christina always tell? This one's fantastic too. Mommy Christina always tells you. Number one, buy a good bra. You must have good bra because a good bra shapes your breasts, makes your outfit look nice, okay? Buy a new bra that fits well. Every 6 months you change your bra. Number one. Number two is freeze your eggs. I'm telling you this for so many years on this show. No, I tell these people this all the fucking time. Freeze your eggs. Go check on your fertility early so that way you have peace of mind. Let's say you're a 28-year-old, 30-year-old woman and you're like, I think I want to become a doctor, a lawyer, I want to have a career. Fine. Go check on the fertility. Get that squared away. Know your fertility levels. Know how much time you have. I think what happens is a lot of people don't want to deal with the reality of biology. It is reality. There's a window of time to do everything in life, and then that window goes away. There's a season. It's in the Bible. A season to reap right? A time to sew, a time to mourn, a time to fuck your mother, a time to finger your sister. There's a time for everything. And if you miss the window of opportunity, then it goes away. And I think the women's movement, if they want to be honest with you, you got to tell women that, yeah, you can do the career. You can do you can, just not at the same time. And you got to plan. Just plan. Face the demon, the dragon, because it is scary. Because what if I find out that I'm not fertile? I know, it's terrifying. So find out. And you know, the good news is, ladies, is that you freeze those eggs and that a uterus is good until 50 to carry eggs. This is true. Now, to carry babies, the uterus can carry babies in their 50s. Now, does that mean you want to be pregnant and have a baby at 50? I don't know. That's tougher. Definitely, biologically speaking, you don't want to do that. It's just tougher. So there's that component of freezing your eggs. And then, Josh, bring up the next article. I just love this picture they chose of her. So as you know, I'm an Anglophile. I love the Telegraph. It's my news source overseas in the UK, across the pond, as we like to say. So this is the same story. And then look at the image they chose for Jennifer Aniston. Same story, different image. So what the Brits like to do is go for the emotion, whereas the Americans like to go for the shock. I wouldn't give him a kid. Fucking asshole said I wouldn't give him a kid. It's more confrontational and upset. This one's more morose and sad, and it gets you right in the gut. There's a picture of her, if you're not watching this on YouTube, where she's looking extremely forlorn. She's in a darkened doorway. She's got her left hand up on her chin. No wedding ring to imply that she is very much alone. There is a gold band, but it's on her middle finger, not on the right finger, the wedding finger, the married finger. And she's looking very sad, off into the distance. And here's the quote. I would have given anything if someone had said to me, freeze your eggs, do yourself a favor. That's the quote. Very different approach. One, like I said, it inspires anger in you. Like, what do you mean? She wouldn't give him a kid. And then this one is like, my life is over. I've ruined everything. I procrastinated. I was a selfish person. I focused on the career and I should have been focusing on my fertility. Two different narratives. Pretty interesting stuff. So this one paints her as like the sad career spinster who just, rested on her laurels. Now look at her. Just look how sad and pathetic she is. Ladies, holiday parties and events are just around the corner. Are you ready to look your best? Support for today's episode comes from Honeylove. We all know with dressing up, there's always the lack of comfort that comes with shapewear. Most shapewear makes you feel like you're suffocating, but not with Honeylove. Honeylove is on a mission to create the most comfortable and effective shapewear for all of us ladies out there. We can get a little body conscious around the holidays, but our friends at Honeylove Shapewear have got you covered. You deserve to save big this holiday season. For a limited time only, you can get Honeylove on sale. Get 20% off your entire order with the code WMMA20 at honeylove.com. Support our show and check them out at honeylove.com and use the code WMMA20. I like Honeylove because it is so comfortable. You don't feel like a tucked in sausage. Everything is meant to be worn and you're meant to eat and breathe and have a life in their shapewear. It's just fantastic. Ladies, Honeylove should be the number one gift to yourselves this holiday season, whether it's for a wedding, Thanksgiving feast, or an everyday boost of confidence. Honeylove is the perfect plus one. Treat yourself to the best shapewear on the market and save 20% off at honeylove.com with the code WMMA20. That's WMMA20 at honeylove.com. Feel and look as sexy as possible these holidays with Honeylove shapewear. Ladies, you deserve it. She's just sitting on those billions of dollars of friends' money, just crying herself to sleep every night in the Pacific Palisades in her mansion, banging hot, young 20-year-old dudes, going to yoga, sleeping in on Saturdays. I'm sure her life is just terrible with her private chef. I mean, I don't know her. I'm sure from all I've heard is that she's just lovely. So I'm sure that she's gotten over the grief of maybe not being able to have children. She can still adopt. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, look, what's interesting is that it does bring up the reality here. So many questions about feminism and about what it means to be a mother. And, gosh, I'm always thinking about Beyonce when she did that amazing performance as what was the cheerleader performance? The drum line? Am I retarded? What was it? She just pumped out a baby. And then she does this performance as like the cheerleader with all the girls behind her. And it was like and they did a documentary. They followed her. She just had a child. And, oh gosh, and she worked so hard. It was, that one with the pom-pom, that one. Best performer of her generation. Click on that. Let's read that. This has always stuck with me for so many years. The best performer of her generation, Beyonce surpassed even herself at Coachella. That's right. It was Coachella. And I remember watching this documentary. Because it was on Netflix, I think. Her preparing for this legendary performance at Coachella. And it was astounding, by the way. Yes, it was like mind-blowingly good. So she was pregnant and they wanted her to do it the year before and she had to not do it because she was pregnant. But she was like, yeah, I'll have the baby and then I'll work immediately after to get ready for this performance. And she has the baby. And then during this documentary, she's like, yeah, I'm literally like, what is it? 2 or 3 weeks postpartum. And I'm dancing for 10 hours a day. So it's great because I'm losing all this baby weight super fast and it's hard. And I'm like, the whole time I'm just thinking, this is such a Herculean effort. Like you're just newly postpartum and you're like, I got to do this at Coachella. I'd be like, dude, fuck Coachella. That's me. I'm like, I'll see those motherfuckers in 2 years when I've back in action. But yeah, I think some women really have the drive to just go career, full throttle. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think but the lie is, and I think it's really interesting and dangerous too, and I feel like compelled to share with people is like, yes, you can go full throttle. Yeah, you can put your foot on the pedal and still have kids and go. But somebody's got to raise those kids. Somebody's got to raise the kids. So if you have a grandmother, an aunt, I know that Beyonce is close with her family, so maybe her mom is helping her. Amazing. There needs to be somebody with those kiddos. So that's always the thing. It's like, yeah, but who's fucking at home with those babies, man? And also, it's so heartbreaking to leave your children. And some women don't have a choice. I know, like doctors, how do these women have babies? Like surgeons, they have to drop their baby and then just go back to work. It's very heartbreaking. So no, women, just know that it is a decision you make after you have a baby. It's not the easiest choice in the world. Where you see your newborn, and I just met a doctor. I just went to my dermatologist, and she's like, yeah, it's my first day back. I gave my kid to daycare, and I cried the whole time. I'm like, that's the reality of it. So, you gotta fucking think about all this stuff. It is very, very hard. It's very difficult, and you can do it all, just not at the same time. So this is neat too. This is on your, let's just keep talking about fertility since we're there. Hey Hitler, I know your podcast is meant for moms, but I'm a wannabe mom. I'm 36 and married, but haven't been blessed with a little shit stain of my own. Not for lack of trying. I love your no bullshit, non-fluffy advice on anything related to trying to become a mom or any part of your experience with fertility. I'm so tired of people saying, just relax, and it'll happen when the time is right. The fact is, it sucks and it's hard. Piss on me, beat me. You're right. It is hard. It's like one of these things that nobody wants to talk about because it's such a horrible time, the fertility stuff. It's really hard. Nobody wants to talk about how they got pregnant because you want to forget it as soon as possible. You're just like, fuck, get this out of here. So apropos our earlier discussion, what I said is freeze your eggs. The best thing you can do also is just be aware of your levels. Go get your FSH tested. That's the level you want to know. It tests your actual level of fertility and how likely it will be for you to get pregnant easily, the FSH level. You get that tested, you go to a fertility doctor, they monitor you for 1 cycle, and they take a blood draw at like your ovulation time, at your period time, and they just check your estrogen, your progesterone, all these hormones that you need to get ready. They look at your uterus, make sure that that's intact and there are no tumors or abrasions or whatever. They look at your fallopian tubes to check that those are healthy and clear, because maybe those have, you can have all kinds of problems, blockages. They look at your ovaries to make sure there's no tumors on those. Now here's two. I've even had a uterine. I have some kind of a growth on the outside of my uterus, but it's okay because it wouldn't affect. So it doesn't affect the baby. So just know all the stuff. I think getting to know the truth is really going to help you. Okay, so that being said, everyone's like, yeah, just relax. It'll happen. It's like, no, that's lazy. I think people are so lazy. Like, here's what you're going to do, sis, Beck. Go down to Rite Aid or wherever your liquor store, that's later. Go to the drugstore, buy what's called an ovulation test kit. And they're these like sticks and you pee on them and they tell you when you're ovulating. It's the easiest thing ever. So they'll give you like a thumbs up, or I think it's like a finger in a hole, and they're like, go bang. And then you go bang. But here's the other secret nobody tells you, is that even when you get a positive fertility go bang symbol, that's even sometimes too late. So you actually need to be banging. So monitor your cycles. Know when you ovulate. So count the days after your period that you start ovulating. So you know, like, oh, I'm like a day 13 ovulator, meaning 13 days after the start of your period, the first day. Great. That means that you need to be banging like 2 days before you ovulate so that the sperm is already in the fallopian tubes. In the fallopian tubes. Pull up the biology of a woman, please. This is the sneaky little secret that your mama don't tell you. And this is how I got preggers with Ellis. You gotta bang before you ovulate, not during. It's too late. So there's the fallopian tubes. Look at the 1, 2, 3 picture. That's a lovely diagram. Fallopian tubes. There you go. So your ovary, one on this side, one on that side, right? The egg comes out of the ovary and it goes into the fallopian tube, and that's where it gets fertilized. So you need to make sure there's sperm in your fallopian tube so that the minute that sucker gets out of the ovary, boom, it's fertilized. So he needs to be blowing loads like 2 days before, during, and then even after, just in case. So you want like all the jizz in you, all the cum. Give all the cum earlier. So monitor your cycle, get the ovulation pee-pee kit, and then bang before you ovulate. That's the absolute best thing. And then the just relax stuff, yeah, good luck. You're not going to be able to relax. This is where alcohol comes in. Drink wine. Seriously, everybody I know that's gotten pregnant accidentally or after they've been trying, drink wine. Drink wine and screw as much as you can and have fun. And there's nothing you can do. It's all out of your control. And guess what? Once you get preggers, when you do get preggers, because you likely, hopefully will, the development of that fetus is out of your hands. You're out of control even more now because you're just praying that the blueprint of that little guy is coming together to form eyeballs and eyelids and fingernails. And it's all there. It's all that DNA from the sperm and the egg come together and then they multiply. And it is miraculous how it develops and grows. And if one thing is off, just one thing, one lonche is off, the whole thing gets scrapped. And that happens a lot. And that's called a miscarriage. So that's another thing no one talks about is like nature's got to get that beginning part so right, so tight. And if it doesn't, nature knows like, oh, this one's not going to survive. And it tells your body we're done and next round. And miscarriage is so common. So it happens literally almost I don't know any woman really who's just gotten pregnant on the first try and that's it and there's no miscarriage. So very normal, and it's an unfortunate thing and it sucks so bad when it happens, but just know that like there's a reason you weren't supposed to have that child, and it's very sad. It's very heartbreaking. But yeah, don't relax. Be very proactive. Just relax. It really kills me too. And it kills me when people are like, yeah, I mean, when is a good time to have a baby? Like, that's the laziest thing I've ever heard. Like, that is so stupid. There is a good time to have a baby. When you have a relationship, when you have a career, when you have a home, when you have a place to live, like, when you pay taxes, when you're a citizen of planet Earth, like, when you've got your shit together, bro. Ugh. This is just so lazy. Anyway, enough of fertility. There you go. Let's do some follow-ups. What's going on in the ethers of the world, of my world, where my mom's at? My world.
Hi, Mommy. My name is Corey, and I just wanted to call you about my badge dryer.
Oh.
Mine is an oddly specific one, but you know when you go to the gym and you see those like super buffed out bros, there's this specific muscle that they have that like starts around the shoulder and goes up to the neck.
I know you're talking about.
For some reason,
this
I hate
one.
that. It makes me like think of Arnold Schwarzenegger, the whole. Like, I just find it really repulsive. And I know it's a choice because you go to the gym and you see a bunch of dudes that don't have that. Yeah, it just makes them look like they have this, like, really tiny head on this massive, huge body. And, like, immediately if I start thinking about, like, it'd be cool to, like, maybe go out with one, in my head they just turn green right away. I don't want to date the Hulk. So, yeah, that's my vag dryer. Let me know what you think about that. Bye, teens.
I mean, look, it just goes to show that everybody's vag and boner gets killed through their own particular thing. You know, it's just like different strokes for everybody, right? It can be whatever. I mean, my vag can't get drier. I mean, we've talked about this as like sandals, like Birks. And, oh yeah, what are those called? Traps?
Traps, yeah.
She hates traps.
Such a oddly specific thing, and also like just part of the body.
I know.
Like if you're super buff, you're gonna have like buff, like it's part of the shoulders.
I know.
That's kind of weird.
Well, that's her thing, you know. I know. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, everyone's got their body. I mean, some people hate feet. They're like, oh, I hate looking at feet. I hate looking at. Yeah, whatever, dude. Okay, what else we got? That's okay, sweetie. You don't have to like no traps.
Hey, Mommy. This is Caroline from St. Louis Tits, Missouri. Just calling to weigh in on the figurine gate, I'm calling it. Guys that paint figurines make your vag dry. Can confirm that I get super wet for a dude that paints figurines. Like D&D, Magic the Gathering, you name it, my guy's done it. And yeah, that's all I got for you. Love you so much. Thank you so much for the T-shirt. That T-shirt is amazing. Of all of the versions of you. And
thanks.
I love you. But you got it coming up in May.
Well, see, there you go. But this is what we've learned. That vag dryers and boner killers are not universal. They're specific to different people. Very interesting stuff. What else we got? Very important, though.
Hi, Mommy. This is Hayden from Louisiana. I recently watched the new episode 169, and the jacket that is being discussed at the end of the episode, we call them drug rugs here in Louisiana. And it just makes him sound more like a dirty hippie. Thanks, Gene. Bye.
Oh, right. Is that like the Hessian jacket we were talking about with like the wool lining?
Yeah, that was the one I think Chad was wearing on one of the episodes. Right. Drug rug. That's pretty funny.
I hate those wool linings. They're just so gross.
They do look uncomfortable, but they are definitely comfortable. But yeah, they do look mad. Like, man, that can't be. That's got to be itchy all the time.
It is.
Yeah.
Because I've had those too. Like the Gap will make them, and I've worn them. I don't like that stuff at all. I got to take a pee. I can't think. Anyway, I just took a pish. And yesterday at lunch, we were talking about the very important topic about which animal we are. And there's really two components to this topic. And I think I encourage you to ask your friends or loved ones this question because like there's the animal you look like, and then there's the animal you feel like. And those are two different things. For instance, I feel like I look like an ostrich, like I'm very bird-like in demeanor. But my soul animal, I'm very dog, like obsessed, and I love dogs. And I feel like in my heart, I'm very playful and soft and cuddly like a dog. And that's the animal I would like to be. And it's interesting when you asked, like yesterday, I asked this woman at our neighborhood party, I was like, well, what animal are you? And she's like, well, I like hawks. And I was like, okay, well then maybe you're a hawk. And she's like, well, I actually really like tigers. And I was like, that's interesting because those two animals are predatory. And I was like, ooh, and she seems like a really sweet, demure, like quiet type, you know? Like she actually kind of looks like a gopher or like a badger. Like I would put her as like an earth animal, like a burrowing animal. But she was like, she thought of herself as a hawk. And that's really interesting because how people perceive themselves is different than how we perceive them. Annie, would you like to discuss your animal and what do you feel like inside and what did we say you were?
I think the intern, she said that I was I was a ferret. I had ferret energy, which I do agree with. I'm pretty dorky. I'm pretty all over the place, you know, kind of spazzy. Oh yeah, I can't say that word anymore. Whatever.
You can say that. This is a safe
whatever.
space.
Spazzy.
We say
anyway.
what the fuck we want. Yeah.
But I'm harmless. You know, I ain't gonna fuck shit up. I mean, are ferrets harmless or do they kind of fuck shit up?
Let's look it up because I've never actually held one. I've seen them in movies.
I think ferrets are harmless.
I think I would put you, because ferrets are long and lean.
Right.
Oh my God, totally. You kind of look like a ferret.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like a ferret.
I fuck with ferrets.
Yeah.
I like looking like a ferret.
That's rad, dude. You totally look like a ferret.
Yeah.
My God.
I'm just fucking around. You know this little thing. If you saw this thing in a fucking in a damn house, you'd be like, he's fucking around with something. Look at him with that little toy.
Fucking around.
He's fucking around.
He's just fucking around. And like, look at him. He's having a good time down there. They smile. They're like, what's up, guys? Hey. So, you can't put a fucking leash on a ferret. That's silly.
That's crazy.
That's not for you.
That's crazy.
They run free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But they're like friendly and they want to hang out.
Oh.
Oh.
Look at him with the little landscape behind him. Oh,
yeah, they travel.
Little buddy. He's got a rainbow behind him. That's a perfect picture.
Yeah.
I love that picture. That's me right there.
That is you right there.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
And honestly, I kind of I vibe with that. I actually don't think I would disagree. I think I do have kind of ferret energy. I usually say duck, but I think that's just because I like ducks, which you don't like, but that's okay.
Well, I like ducks. It was curious to me because you were like, I love ducks. And I've never heard anybody be like, the duck, that's my power animal. Duck. Because they're just not.
They're so stupid.
Yeah, they're just like, what is a duck? They don't do anything really other than eat bread from strangers.
No, that's not true at all.
What do ducks do?
Did you know they sleep with one eye open?
That's why you like that.
That's not why, but it's just one thing I know. I just know a lot of duck facts. There was a time I had a
duck facts.
That's
really funny.
I had a pretty toxic ex-girlfriend that would always look at my phone and shit. And one time she snatched my phone from me because I was kind of doing one of these, you know, where I was hiding it from her. Just because I get weird about duck facts, you know what I'm saying? I like ducks a lot, and every time I say, people are like, why? Ducks are so fucking dumb. So I keep it to myself. I was just kind of looking, and she snatched my phone from me, and she was like, why are you looking at pictures of ducks? I was like, I don't know.
But they're beautiful. I like the greenish blue tint. I love their heads, that green. And you know what I love is when they migrate south for the winter. Mm-hmm. I've always loved it when you see them migrating. You're like, how do they know? How do they know? How do they know where to go?
They're so simple.
Oh, they're so good. Simple. And I like how when you look at videos of them under the water, their little legs are pedaling and it looks so calm on the top, but on the bottom is all the work is happening. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, I love when they flip upside down and their feet are a little butterfly kicking in the air.
Cool as shit.
So ridiculous.
And do they dive down, right, to get food and fucking amazing
And
animals.
and you said you like the green head. Those
Yes.
are the males. The ones that are prettier.
Yes.
Those are the males because they want to attract predators away from the female.
That's awesome. And we were talking about peacocks because the intern said that I'm a peacock as a bird. And I would agree with that because I'm very colorful. I love plumage and I love the peacock. But that's the male bird. Am I a trans bird? I might be. I might identify as a male peacock. What's my pronoun then? Uh-oh.
You're a trans cock.
I'm a trans cock. I identify as a male peacock. I do. But I don't feel like that animal. Wait, do you guys really think ostrich?
No,
I think peacock's closer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm a bird of
peacock-
some kind.
Definitely, yeah, bird. But peacock, yeah, because peacocks are showing off. Like
I love
they
it.
know what's up.
Look at that.
Look at this.
The way you dress, the
Yeah.
colors.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, look
I
at your fucking
love
Netflix
it.
special. This is
I know.
straight up peacocks.
I
Like,
know.
come on.
I love peacocks. They're magical. They're just so beautiful. And these colors, I try to put these colors a lot in my home because I find them so soothing. The blues and the greens and those little eyes. Look at that. This animal, there's a farm here in Austin, not a farm, sorry, just like a piece of land you can go and all the peacocks are there. And we just go look at them and they're just so beautiful. Oh, look at that red one. That's crazy.
Whoa, I didn't know they could look like that.
They're majestic animals.
That's dope.
Yeah. God, they're special. Animals are the best. Okay. So Zolo, we came to the conclusion that you were kind of a golden retriever.
Yeah, I never thought of myself that way, but it kind of feels right. Like, I feel like dogs in general, they're kind of like wild and crazy, but they're also like very loyal and like
Yeah.
sweet. And I'm like, that kind of feels like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that in you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're easygoing, you're easy to be with. A retriever's just easy to be with. Yeah, you like I trust you.
Mm-hmm.
I've got trusty vibes around you. I feel comfortable with you. Yeah, and I sense that you enjoy creature comforts, like just like pet my belly and give me a taco and like, yeah.
Torchies? Let's go.
Torchies buffet. That's what we do here. We get a buffet of Torchies, like a box of tacos and like 12 things of queso. Shout out to Torchy. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, so pretty. Oh, there you are, Josh Zolo. Oh my God, totally. The Rogans have a beautiful dog, Marshall. And Marshall's just the sweetest. Yeah, he has his own account on Instagram, Marshall. Look at Joe loves this dog. He's really beautiful. He's so goddamn sweet. I'm sure Joe won't mind me telling the story, but it was during the fires and we all had escaped our homes in Los Angeles and we were at the same hotel as the Rogans and we were having dinner one night. And I'm saying like LA was on fire. And Joe goes, I'm so upset I couldn't bring Marshall to the hotel where they don't allow dogs where we were staying. So I have to go check on him. He's at the studio. And I go, Joe, you can't go. There's fire. And he's like, he's my responsibility, Christina. I have to go. And I was like, oh, you're so sweet. Like he's such a good human, and
a good man.
a good dog owner. Yeah. Like Joe takes such good care of Marshall. They all do. Lovely. And he went back just to check on Marshall. He's like, it's my responsibility. I'll never forget that. I'm like, you're right. He's fucking right. Yeah, there he is. Oh, Josh, you could be Joe Rogan's dog. Didn't you love that?
That's me.
There you are. There you are. That's your essence right there. God, golden retrievers are just the best. Okay, now on to Chris Larson. It took a minute for us to get Larson's animal. What initially was the vibe on Chris?
Someone said Bobcat. Was that you?
That
said
was me.
I said Bobcat. Yeah,
Well,
we came up with Bobcat.
But before Bobcat, there was another, you said Wildcat.
Oh
Yeah.
no, you might be thinking of when we were talking about what emoji we
that's
all were.
that's a whole different
yeah,
conversation.
Save that for the next episode.
Yeah,
that's a
Jesus,
whole-
come on. Sorry. So yeah, no. Zolo said Bobcat, And I think that was so spot on for Chris because Bobcat, look at him, even aesthetically. Wow.
That's him. He's kind of feisty. He'll hiss at you.
Skittish. Yeah, like he's in the edit bay and he's always like,
But also like
what are you looking at?
majestic in his own way.
Yes. Like you wouldn't fuck with that animal.
No.
No, you don't fuck with them. But they're nice and pretty to look at and like, yeah. But he'll fuck you up. That bobcat will fuck you up.
Ain't nothing to fuck with, so.
But then we were also discussing how Vacation Larson is like a totally different animal. You know?
Oh, yeah. Vacation Larson's a completely different beast.
Yeah. Like that's not a bobcat. So
Yeah,
he's a
what animal
kitten.
likes
He's
to
the
get
kitten.
lit?
That's who he is on vacation. The kitten. He has fun. Sorry, what were you going to say, Chris?
It's like, what animal likes to get lit? I'm not sure.
Yeah, what animal likes to get lit? Kangaroos? No, I feel like an Australian animal would get lit.
We
Right.
did end up saying he does also have alpaca energy.
Big time.
Yeah.
Alpacas they look like they're, there's Chris Vacation, Chris. What animal is that? Oh, like a koala bear? Kind of chilling, just having fun. Hey, man. What's up, bro?
I could see that, a koala.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, that's when he's having, like, he's snuggly and fun. There he is.
Because koalas, they can be kind of fierce too, right?
Oh, I bet.
Isn't that right?
I'm
I don't
sure.
remember.
But do koalas wild out? I'm not sure.
I mean, look at Tommy with him
That doesn't feel
rabbit.
koala energy to me.
No, you're bigger than that. Oh, there he
Oh,
goes,
shit, there's
dude.
a bobcat. All right, fuck it, I changed my mind.
Back
He's
to
a bobcat.
bobcats.
He's a bobcat. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a bobcat. Yeah, he's just coming out of his cave to have fun. Then he's gonna fucking fuck you up. He's gonna take some prey back to his cave. Oh my God, there's Nadav bald. You guys are so cute. That's so funny. Tom is obviously a bear. I don't think that's ever gonna change. I think that is his spirit animal to a T.
Yeah, we tried to find something else just because we didn't want it to be so on the nose, and like we've already said it, but he is just a bear.
But he is
He's
like
just a bear.
this is who he is, and I've even watched him. Like he literally scratches his back against things the way bears do, and I'm like, oh my God, your animal is just. He does. He scratches his back against things like that. I've seen him do that in the house. I'm like, oh my God.
That's Tom right there.
Uh-huh.
Damn, that's funny.
That's Tommy.
He even reminds me of a bear when he does that thing when he sits and he's happy and he does the hands crossed
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Such
He looks like a bear. Yeah.
he does.
Just like, content. Yeah. He's so funny, dude. There he is.
But would you say that even though I
His
know it's two
hands
bears,
are shaped like bears. Yeah.
I know it's two bears, but would you really say Bert is a bear?
I think you guys said that he was a capybara,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's more accurate for the shape of his face. Like if you look at like that's Bert actually, and the shape of his body, capybara. I love these animals. They have such thick necks too, like Bert. Like what a weird shape to an animal. I don't.
But they're oddly like the happiest, nicest, like just carefree animal I think in the world. Like they're so
They chill.
just chill.
Look at him.
Yeah,
He's totally a capybara.
totally.
Yeah. We got to change the podcast to a bear and a capybara. Oh my God. They're so cute. Can I get a pet capybara?
I think you can, because they're super docile. Like I think they're super easy to take care of too. I could be talking shit right now. I don't even know what I'm saying.
No. Oh my God. That thing's adorable. Oh my God. Let's do it. Fuck yeah, Bert. Look at him.
we need a YMH pet.
No.
Yeah, in the
Or it
studio.
would live here and sleep here? Who would take care of it at night?
You know, we take turns.
What should we get? Like a reptile? Like, you know, like when you're in first grade or second grade and you get like a pet for the class? Is that what you're thinking
Exactly. Yeah.
of? We'd have to get something that we can like keep in a cage though, because we go on vacations for like a week.
Wait a minute. But hold on. Those class pets.
Yeah.
What happens to the class pet after the class is over.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think someone has to volunteer to take it home.
Where do they go during the summer?
Yeah, no, I'm saying like when the class is done, like what happens
Just
to
leave them there.
Oh my God, I
Get
have
a
the
new one next semester.
I have the best story. So we had a pet rabbit in our 4th grade class. It was a girl rabbit. And, you know, you take it out, you fuck with it every day. And then someone brought their male rabbit in. And that was the funnest day where we were like, oh my God, look at him fuck. Look at him fucking. And then we just kept putting them together and making them fuck. And then the teacher finally caught on to what we were doing. She's like, that's a very bad idea. And I was like, what? It was so much fun. I don't even know if she got pregnant that day, but damn, I hope she did. Fucking slut. She loved it. That was so much fun making them bang. What did you guys have for class pets?
Isn't that like I think that's white people shit. We didn't have class pets. Yeah, that wasn't a thing. I did hear about them, but
Yeah, I think we had a hamster in kindergarten.
Oh, so smelly.
But,
Don't they stink? Hamsters, I remember we had one too. Not in my home, but in class. And like just that hay or whatever that it comes in just smells like piss all the time and shit.
yeah, like doesn't every animal kind of low key like except a dog and a cat? Don't they all kind of low key smell like shit? Because they're all in a cage and so they're eating, shitting, fucking farting, fucking all in the same damn. Like you barely clean that shit.
I know.
They all end up smelling like shit.
I know. My cousin had a rat for a while, a pet rat. And that was another one. She's like, no, he's so clean. And she would like put the rat to her mouth and kiss it. And I was like, dude, nobody wants your fucking rat. Yeah, a cage smells because they piss and shit all over it unless you're cleaning it every day. Anyway, I have a neighbor who, it's so cute. She has a cockatiel that's 26 years old. And they're only supposed to live to be like 15. And she loves this bird. You have to look up a cockatiel. I had one of these birds, and my dad hated it so much we named it Shithead because it would just chirp all fucking day because nobody paid attention to Shithead. We hated it because it's a shitty. Look, birds can be tough pets if you're not into them, which we weren't. Like if we let Shithead out of his cage, she would just fly up to the curtains, land there, and then shit all over the curtains. And then if you tried playing with him, he'd climb on you and shit all over you. So I was like, dude, this bird sucks. So my neighbor, though, has one just like this, and she's so good to it. Like she doesn't believe that birds should be kept in cages. So her cute little bird like has an open door policy, and he climbs down his ladder. And he gets to just like, he doesn't shit everywhere, I guess. He knows to shit in his cage, but he comes down and they have tea together every day. He climbs down and he climbs up her leg and they have tea together. It's so sweet. And then in the mornings, she gets Lou, it's his name, out of the cage. And Lou insists that he has to kiss her for 5 minutes, like 5 minutes of affection. And I've seen it. She goes to the cage, she picks him up, and Lou kisses with the beak to her mouth. It is the cutest thing you've ever seen. I've never seen somebody so connected to their bird. It's just so beautiful. Yeah, and she's like, every day at 4 p.m. we have our tea together, and Lou climbs up my leg and we have tea, and in the morning we kiss. And I'm like, oh my God. That's the kind of lady I'm going to be when my children leave. I'm going to have some like really deep connection with an animal, and then I'm going to be crushed when it dies because that's just what happens. It's the worst part of animal love. They die. Oh, I hate it. You never get over it. I still cry about FIFO, my sweet love. The only man I loved that dog. And Tom wanted to clone him, and we looked into it. But then you can't clone all the quirks and all the stuff that makes them special. That comes from trauma and damage, you know?
I can't believe you just said Tom looked into it.
He did. He did. And we didn't even have the money at the time. We just loved this dog. And he's like, I'm going to be devastated when FIFO dies. I'm like, me too. He's like, well, let's look into cloning him. And there's a company that does. Go ahead, look it up.
What?
Mm-hmm.
No way.
Yeah, it's like $20,000 and they'll clone your pet. But it won't come out to be exactly the same because...
Right, of course.
The quirk, yeah, dog cloning via gen pets.
Whoa.
A cloned dog is simply a genetic twin of your dog born at a later date. The clone twin will share many of the key attributes of your current dog. Oh my God.
Whoa. Wait, if they could do that with dogs, how can they
I know.
not do that with people?
Maybe they already have.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you're
Am I a
right.
clone?
Dude, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, if they have the if like a private company can just do this.
Yeah.
Whoa, you're right, Annie. I hadn't even thought about that.
Bro, ask me what kept me up nights before. Now this.
I know.
This is going to keep me up. What? Oh, shit, it's Jennifer Aniston.
That's Barbra Streisand.
Wait, it is? Mm-hmm. I thought it was Jennifer Aniston. Oh, shit, I'm
I know.
racist.
They have the same hair. She has Jen Aniston's haircut. Wait, let's look at the website more. I'm curious to see how they do it. And last time we checked, it was like 20 grand. Okay, click on it. Let's read about it. Can you make it bigger? Yeah. Our scientists have been developing animal cloning and reproductive technology for over 15 years. What? Cloning is available to all dog owners. Here's how we do it. We know that many dog owners have questions about cloning dogs. It's simply a genetic twin of your dog born at a later date. Oh, the genetic identity of clone dogs is identical to the original dogs. Dog cloning does not involve any changes to the genes of your dog. Can you scroll up a little bit? Clone dogs live full, healthy, and happy lives. Crazy. No more susceptible. Oh, hold on. Happy lives and are no more susceptible to health problems than any other dogs. The first step is having the option to clone your dogs. Preserve your dog's genes through genetic preservation. Your veterinarian will collect a small tissue sample from your dog. The process is a minor procedure. That sample will be mailed to Viagen Pets, where we will culture new cells that share the same genetic makeup. We will freeze these cells until you're ready to clone your dog.
What the fuck? This is definitely being done with people.
Of course it is.
Definitely.
I mean, a dog's DNA is pretty complicated. This is wild. Remember when they cloned Dolly, the sheep, like in the 90s, and the sheep were like wonky and they wouldn't survive?
Yeah, right. That's what I think immediately is like they said they've been doing this for 15 years. I'm like, I want to see year one dog clones. You know, they were probably not good.
How unethical is this?
Yeah.
I know. Viagen's got a stable of wonky dogs. You want to adopt a dog with 5 heads? Come to Viagen. God damn, dude. This is terrifying. You're right. Dude, how many people walking around are clones?
Holy shit. You're blowing my mind, Christina.
I know.
I don't like
you could be a
this.
clone.
Oh, shit. Don't do this to me, Christina.
My God.
I've always felt a little weird, Christina. Don't do this.
Look. Well, you know, you walk around and like people send me pictures of people they think look like me all the time. You've never walked around the streets and been like, oh my God, you're my doppelganger? Like, I've met my doppelganger. When I was 12 years old at Club Med, I met my doppelganger. I was like, dude, you look just like me, but she was French. Is there anybody I'd want to clone? Who do we like enough to have more of? Definitely our singers. Prince. We should have cloned Prince.
Oh, man.
I know. What
Prince.
a bummer.
That's true. Wow.
He'd be great. And like a Madonna, but, just so that we could lose this current one and then just start over.
But that doesn't mean they'd be good singers, the clone. Like, you could get a clone of Prince that sucks. He'd just look like him, I think.
We don't know, though. I mean...
Yeah, they said they have similar traits.
Yeah.
But he would still have to go through all of, everything that happened to...
I know.
To become that person.
I guess that's the question. Like, if you train them to sing and all the things that Prince did, would they be like Prince, or at least pretty close?
But the soul, like the abuse, the trauma that you need to go through to become a good artist.
Yeah, let's do that too. Just rough them up.
Beat the shit out of him as a kid.
Yeah, it's not unethical if they're a clone.
Why do we scream at each other? Yeah, you think When Doves Cry, that wasn't written by a friendly clone? Touch, if you will, my stomach. All that stuff was from Dad Hitting Mom. Purple Rain? Nah, you can't clone that. I know, that's the problem.
Isn't that crazy, though? That'd be how we justified it. We'd be like, yeah, but we know what this creates, though. So we could do it. Like, you just hit him. Like, we know what he's going to turn into with those genetics. So it's fine. It's like,
well, I heard, I mean, look, genetics are a huge part of how you turn out. A huge part of it, right? Nature, nurture. So you've got a pretty good swing at making another prince. Like, but here's the deal. I always wonder this too, is like, what if you took a super creative person and gave them a bitchin' childhood? You know, like, who knows what Prince could have created had he had a loving parent, like loving parents who were like, oh my gosh, Prince, you're so talented. Why don't we put you in like a music class and you can like learn? And he may have become even better instead of, you know, avoiding beatings from his dad or something. Like, I don't know.
Perhaps.
Who knows?
I mean, I personally knew a lot of kids growing up that did have money and I thought were talented. And what you lose, not every time, but what you definitely could lose is the ambition.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You know?
There's no reason to make money. Why?
Yeah.
You've got it.
Yeah. So
You
it's
know.
like I don't want to say probably, but there's a chance he wouldn't have done shit if he had a banging childhood and all that talent. He might have
So
just
true.
wasted away. Yeah.
You know, yeah, necessity is the mother of invention. I mean, the only reason I got into showbiz is because my back was, not the only reason, but the only reason I wanted to succeed because I had no other options. I'd ruined my life, you know.
Necessity?
My options.
What did you just say?
Necessity is the mother of invention.
Did you just say that or is that a quote?
Oh, that's an old timey.
Oh, okay.
Is that like
damn, that's fucking
Thomas Edison or something? Will you Google that? It could be like Benjamin Franklin and like, you know, when he would write down those pithy little sayings. Early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Oh, Plato.
Damn.
Real old.
Real old school.
That's way before my time.
OSS. Double OS, homie. That's Plato OS. That's the first motherfucker to say shit was Plato. The original. Yeah. Necessity. Hustle. That's it, homies. All right, listen, speaking of, I got to go get my hustle. I got to go live my life. Thank you for joining. Thank you for downloading. Send me an email, WhereMyMomsAt@gmail.com. Leave me a voicemail, 213-375-5184. I love you. I hope you have a blessed day. All right. Until next time, stay cool, moms. Bye. Hi, Mommy. Thank you for watching that episode. Did you like what you see? I hope you did. So why don't you subscribe? Just click the subscribe button and, you know, hit the notification bell so you can get notified. And also, why don't you watch another video? Watch one of these. You know what I'm saying? Like right here, down there, whatever. There's so much stuff, bro. I make these all the time for you to watch. That's why I'm here. I love you.